This little character is based on an old European folk toy, an acrobat that, if you pull the strings right, climbs up his ropes as high as you want him to go. And the originals were made of carved wood. Fairly hard to do, but you can make very simple versions that work just as well out of old scrap. And these are the things you'll need. First of all, some ice cream sticks, that sort of thing there, either used or new, doesn't matter, and plastic straws, but beware. Don't use this rather wide, floppy kind that you get in milk bars. Go for the thicker plastic, thinner straw, and tougher sort. That's much the best for this sort of thing. And with a pair of scissors, you can attack the end of that and cut off things which are as long as your ice cream stick is wide. You only need a couple, but they'll cut off quite easily. Once you've got them, you put them on the ends of the ice cream stick like this, at an angle, so that at the top they're pointing inwards, just like that. It's not too easy to glue plastic, so the best thing to use to stick them on there is adhesive tape. Masking tape is very good, and it should provide a good strong bond. Make sure it is a strong bond, because they take a bit of strain, those things, and make sure, as you're sticking them on, that they remain pointing inwards at the top, like that. And that's going to work very well indeed. You can see they're both pointing in at the top. So that when you turn that over and cut a little man, you can stick him on there so that the arms hide the bar and the hands are over those bits of straw. He's best cut out of fairly thick paper or thin cardboard, so he's got a bit of weight to him. But once he's stuck on there, he's going to look like that. Turn him over and you'll see there are the tubes coming in at the top. Just lay him down for a moment and get another ice cream stick. And if you position that ice cream stick above him, you want to make a mark at both the spots of the tubes, because you'll need to make some notches in the second ice cream stick. Move the acrobat to one side, and holding the ice cream stick with the end well away from you, use a sharp knife just to make a little notch there and there. And these are at the same position as the straws on the acrobat. Turn it over, and a notch on the other side, and that's going to be a place where you tie the string. Notice how I keep that knife away from my fingers. When you're finished, it'll look like that. So with two pieces of string, each one a metre long or so, work down from the end about so far, put a knot in it, or loop in it really, and tie that around the end of the stick where you've made those notches. One knot there and a double knot on top. If you do that on both sides, it'll end up looking like this. The two strings held as far apart as the acrobat's hands, a bit at the top which can be gathered together in the middle and tied off into a loop. And that's where you'll hang the acrobat up. In a door frame is the best place I know. All right, there's the hanging loop. What we have to do now is to get the bottom of those strings and thread them down through the acrobat's loops, or his tubes, I should say, on each of those hands. One on that side, one on the other side, and once they're through, tie a knot in the bottom of each so it can't slip back through the tube. Otherwise he'll fall to the floor and you have to start all over again. And when you're finished, hold it up like that. He should be in that sort of arrangement, with the bar at the top and the acrobat at the bottom. Then you hang him up in the doorway, and here's how he works. If I turn that over, you can see the mechanism. As I pull on one side, it of course straightens up the tube around the straight string. That lifts the hand on the other side, up that string. Pull on the other one, the reverse happens, and each one pushes the opposing hand up its appropriate string. So that if I turn it round with the back to you, you can see how he ought to work, and with no trouble at all, you've got an old European folk toy.